These are Mathare residents in Nairobi. They are protesting the killing of their own. The deceased met his death after police allegedly delivered him up to an angry mob. He was 21. It is alleged that the deceased had been involved in a robbery a few years earlier. His death sparked off protests that claimed the lives of 2 more people. Shortly thereafter, chaos broke out in the slum. They demanded for the immediate transfer of the officer said to have released the suspect to the public. They also paid for the blood of this man. He is suspected to have killed a second person in revenge for the first murder. Armed with dangerous weapons, they followed the police at a close distance. The officer accused of releasing the first suspect who was killed by the mob is attached to Pangani police station. We called him to find out whether the accusations were true.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Am I speaking to Mr. Nyangweso?
Yeah.
Were you at the scene during the incident?
During the incident, I came later on when I was called.
Did you arrest the person who got burned? Had you put him in custody?
No, I went. When I arrived at the scene, I found that the person was completely burned and was already dead. I received a call that there are some people who were just they were fighting. So immediately I ran to that place. I found that somebody was just burning already with a tire.
Alikuwa amewekwa mpaka pingu. Hatujui vile ilienda akafunguliwa pingu. Unaona? Na ikafika mpaka mahali amechomwa. Tukiangalia hivi na alichomwa kama hajakufa.
We also asked him about reports that the deceased had been in the hands of the police.
No, I can't. I don't want to cheat. Those people are cheating. Completely they are cheating. He was not in a horrific custody. You know, those guys, those bad boys, normally wait the members of public very early in the morning. They just attack them. They just rob them. So the members of public were furious.
How you treat a suspect is very important. Number one, you must strain the suspect, strain him so that he does not get an opportunity to harm you. But how you will handle him, how you will talk to him. You don't get a suspect and you beat him up. That's the way I said it. He will resist. He'll become difficult. So the mode of treatment of suspects must be very fair.
Residents say that this is not the first time the officer has released a suspected criminal to the public.
Kuko na mwingine alikuwa anaitwa Katifoi, tena alimshika tu hivyo akampatia raia akauawa.
Starehe OCPD Alice Kimeli, who visited the crime scene, declined to speak, requesting us to see her later in her office. However, when we got there, she refused to see us.
If something peculiar gets into your body system, then it's supposed to fight. It develops resistance. If you accuse the institution unfairly or the head of the institution unfairly, you use bad language, he tends to develop some kind of resistance. He looks at you differently, Alan. It depends on how you put your problem. But you don't start by writing headlines and saying the Inspector General and his police officers have executed 25 people. Even if you talk to him, he is not in his thinking mind, because you have wrongly accused him.
The story barely made it to the news, yet it uncovers a serious problem experienced by thousands across Kenya's informal settlements. The often unimplemented statute laws versus the law of the streets. The incident captures the findings of a survey by the Independent Medical Legal Unit on violence amongst the urban poor. The survey, conducted in March of 2015, implicates police as a hindrance to assessing justice. 56 respondents out of 78 who had reported violent incidents to the police believe justice was not served through police response. They said police did not conduct proper investigations after being compromised. That notwithstanding, Owino believes the public must uphold the law. Does the public have the moral to accuse the police of misconduct while it is engaging in mob justice?
I'm rating the public very low, where public is 15% moral and police is 45%, meaning that our training and discipline has added 30%. So if public would only be 70% morally upright, we would be talking at 100% in the police.
Release of a suspect by police to the public is unlawful. Just as unlawful is the public taking the law into its own hands.
Hatujui ni kwa nini polisi wanapeana watu kwa raia, na hiyo ni kazi yao ya kubeba mtu na kupeleka ndani. Akiwa na makosa unampeleka na hiyo makosa.
Sometimes you find some leaders complaining against very good people because the good person has refused to do the wrong thing. And it is the responsibility of the public to deal with immorality.